job description?
I think it's attached here.
Oh, okay. So what it is we have, pretrial services is our department that we have people who get put in jail for a crime. They get released to us instead of posting bond. Sometimes they have to post bond if it's a kind of a bigger case. But pretrial services is kind of a important thing to the county because it really saves money on jail costs, people sitting in jail waiting for court. And so our pretrial services department has gotten it's grown and grown and grown. And so the front desk secretary that we have for pretrial services was doing kind of limited things before. And then we had some staff changes in our office, and the person I put in that position is a lot more experienced with pretrial. And so we're having them do assisting the pretrial case managers in doing the same type of work. They have to be certified with NCIC, which they have to qualify for that, and then they have to pass the test every 2 years. And then this person will also be monitoring the other staff members' NCIC certification. NCIC is the federal, the FBI records check system, which is very controlled and very your access is not, it's limited to, it's very strict about what you can look up and how we maintain the records. And so it's kind of a big thing. And so I'm having this person is being in charge of everybody's certifications and their licenses in the office for NCIC. They're also meeting with clients when, like right now, we have one of the case managers is out on maternity leave until September. So this person is actually filling in for that person, goes to court, testifies in court, assists the other secretary up front. And so typically it seems like pay grade 10 is the secretarial type duties, and this one I'm trying to move it up to an 11 because there's some more enhanced duties that they do. They do quite a bit more than just secretarial work. They're doing actual case management.
What's your case managers? What's the grade of those?
Those are 12s.
12s. So this would be
below that.
Doing some of that,
but not
all of it.
Not
so
all of it.
It's
yeah.
kind of an in between.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this be a permanent change in the job description. So if she were to leave, even though she has all the experience, you would replace with somebody not what you had before, but somebody with additional experience.
Yes.
Or if you couldn't find somebody, you could go back into the secretarial job slot.
Yeah.
Yeah, this just gives the option to go either way, but it doesn't add a position. It's just upgrading one of the current positions.
Right, but we didn't want to pay the secretary the same as this.
No,
right.
We
That's
don't
what I
have
was
to
getting
redo
at.
a job description. This one we have to get a new job description to justify going to 11.
Right.
Shay understands there's one person. It's not going to sneak in another person, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So that was just kind of the idea. And really, I'm moving one of the pretrial case managers down to this position, and so they're going to actually be taking a pay cut, and so it just seems like the right thing. And I know John scored it out on the pay grade, the scoring system, and it scores out to an 11 based on his calculation. So that's what we were proposing.
Any questions? Any concerns? Any objections? Okay. Be quick and easy. Thanks.
So is that
that means they recommend we approve.
Okay.
We rarely go against that.
So just curious, when would I be able to do that? Well, I wouldn't do it anyway till the next pay period, and we just started this one, so that's in a couple of weeks.
What?
I'm sorry, what was that?
Yeah, so you gotta quit talking and quit playing on your phone.
That's what I was
Waiting over my tea, sorry.
Wait until the next pay period, though.
Yeah, when we're making a quiz, we always pick
Yeah.
on the person that's not paying attention.
Pick on me, go
Oh,
for
I
it.
know, Penny, actually, the only thing I would ask you is, so with this, then I'm gonna have to adjust that salary sheet that we have for our office, for the budget?
Yeah, don't worry about that.
Well, you want me to adjust it?
No, we'll take care of it.
Oh, okay,
We'll take care of
because
it.
I can send the new one.
Yeah, no, I know.
So pay effective date was his question. When do you want that normally? At
The
beginning of a pay
effective
period?
date, we would like at the beginning of a pay
Yeah,
period, but.
so
it
next
just-
pay period,
30th.
wait till next pay period.
Yeah,
Okay.
Okay,
sorry.
We'll give you a C+ on that.
all right.
Okay,
well, thank you. I really appreciate it. This is really helpful.
I listened that much.
Okay.
Thank you.
Was that,
ICRMP Training update, where are we?
So we're about 85% with the respectful workplace training. That's the training that's for everybody. So we're still pushing on that, trying to get that to 100%.
what, and you wanna be, you need 100%, right? Or is it, that's what gets you the discount?
Have you
Can you
got,
send an updated list to us?
Yeah, I will.
Pound managers.
Yeah, some of the things that we're struggling with, that ICRMP didn't tell us, is that folks that watched it on their mobile device, on their cell phone, it shows as incomplete.
Because the button won't click right on the way their mobile's built.
So what we're finding
Burned
out
out
is
the
they
first
went
one.
through it maybe once or twice or 3 times on their mobile device. It's not showing up as completed. So we called ICRMP and give them the names and they're making them complete.
okay.
So so our numbers are fluctuating.
So if we have anybody that we know is that scenario,
Yeah.
we need to give you their names.
Let us know.
Or if you have a list, you need to let us know.
And what we've done is we've taken all the incompletes started, so what they have is they have it started but not completed. We've sent that to ICRMP and they're checking all the folks, everybody, and just saying, oh yeah, they did mobile device, let's count them, let's
When's
count
the-
them, let's count them, let's count them. So
When's the end date?
31st. So that one is respectful workplace is 100% is 1% discount on our premium, and then the elected officials, supervisors have 5 additional other trainings, and we're going through the same process with that as far as the mobile device and everything, and we're about the same numbers. I mean, 85, 87, 90, between 85 and 90% complete.
Did you come in to call us on the carpet and let us know who hasn't got it done?
Well,
I know I
No.
haven't. I've started a couple times and gotten distracted, and never got back around.
Oh, confessions, that's even better.
no, I think most have.
I figured he was gonna dime me out, I might as well get it.
I figured
It is better to do it
most have
first.
been really good about it, and, you know, we've got, what, 10 days left?
See, we're still in
We
cycle
can
one.
probably get there.
So
Well, I would just say
11:50.
kudos
That's
to
a, that's a
Leanne.
right over the edge.
I've
Yeah,
heard she has been a
Yeah.
rock star,
and Greer, getting them all
Yeah.
done.
so
We had
And that's
6 going
probably
on.
one of the most difficult groups.
just
They
kudos to.
don't have computers at their rent station.
Okay, so that's kind of the heads up.
Yeah, so we'll be.
You'll still need the training,
we'll be
even as a
pushing.
state employee, so.
And if you did 2 on mobile and then log on and do it online, it shows those incomplete. You can just jump to the end of them and complete it.
But We'll just keep pushing.
Or you
so
can
we
call
see
them and
stuff.
have it fixed.
Okay, budget update. We're still working on some fine tuning, trying to get what Penny's gonna send to the commissioners, which you're required to do by next Monday. Yeah, by next Monday,
August 1st.
August 1st.
That's next Monday.
Making good headway this year.
No, not
Everybody's
next
cooperation. We've got a little earlier start, moving along. What we're putting in the budget, you know, so now, I mean, you can inform your employees, we wanted to wait till we were a little more certain, but
I
we're,
was hoping you'd let me use your whiteboard for this. If you wanna look at
It's
the
full.
first column and then go to the 3rd column over and down to the 5th line.
Uh-huh.
Okay, go ahead.
we're looking at a 5% cost of living. Step increases, regular step, merit step, and for the salaried officials, in lieu of steps, because they're like at 3% every other year down the average, the extra 1.5%, which is a merit pay. So when you're dealing with your salaried employees, you have the ability to either, if you're trying to bring up a wage on one position, you've got 3% of that, you have the ability to give it all to one, or if you have one overproducer and one lesser overproducer. I'm trying
You're
to-
so nice.
You know, I mean, that's merit. Use it, use it. You know, generally, everybody just figures that's an extra percent, but I think there's been a little bit of, we don't repeat that often enough for the salaries, that it's the same as a step increase. You can use that to incentivize better performance or reward poor performance. How's that for that double positive?
Yeah.
Getting better.
I mean, it boils down to those who do get the merit increases on steps, an 8% increase. So if you think about it that way, they discount that 3% that they get as a merit, but if you think of that, I mean, the longtime employees don't have that advantage. I think the commissioners have worked hard to,
And the reason we do that, and we treat the elected officials since they're salaried the same as we do any other employee. So we're not having these big extra jumps that we've seen in some counties after elections. And it seems to have worked well. Lost my train of thought. It works well. It's just been a good way to do it. And the idea is it kind of keeps the supervisors ahead of, you know, because we give the cost of living on the pay grade, and then they move up and move up, and they start crowding their supervisor if they're salaried, if they don't move up the extra. But all of the pay grades will be increased, the tables will be increased by 5%.
and
Yep.
just for those of you who aren't in the budget process, it's a significant number to give cost of living to the county, not including road and bridge and solid waste, because they're paid out of funds and that kind of thing, is more than $1.5 million. So it's not like this is a small amount of money that the commissioners have put towards the employees. So I'm just saying kudos. there.
Step.
Did you say $1.5 million?
Yeah, it's what, 1.64 million, just for cost of living. That doesn't
Look at
include
cheating.
steps. I'm
And-
cheating. I'm
And
looking at the
500,
board.
you can see it, 507,000 for steps.
507,000 towards steps,
So it's
So
over
1.64 million for COLA,
yes.
and then how much for the steps?
507. So it's about
Salary
2.15
employees get a 5%
million
increase plus a 1.
that we're putting into pay increases for the existing.
That's substantial.
No, that's just set by the commissioners in the budget, that's.
No, interest rates are coming up, so I'll cover that.
Yeah.
Awesome.
But we've tried to make that the first priority,
Oh,
and
thanks.
that's where I say we're almost complete. Because once we get that figured in, then we're still mulling over the net of all of the new position requests. We've worked through some of those, and as soon as we see where we are, we'll decide who gets some, who doesn't, you know.
Is this the time to bring up the coroner, or when are you gonna address that?
The coroner, okay. Yeah, the coroner's been a long term. When I didn't speak to John about this, because I called him Penny. This started back after Werner Eidalch retired, and John was appointed.
Probably why he didn't
Was-
talk to me about it, because I.
Yeah. Vern was making $5,000 a year and wanted a part-time. So we've traditionally, you know, other than the pay increase, we've tried to give it in increments to get it up, because it's considered a part-time job, but any of you who work with the coroner,
It's becoming more and more
far
full-time
from it.
all the time.
So if we gave the 6.5 on the coroner, it'd come up to about 38,000. So we're just recommending going up another couple thousand. And we try to do that each year, because at some point Rick's gonna retire. You know, like we had somebody campaigning against him this year that said this should be a full-time job. And then they're gonna want it jumped from the 36,000 it is now to 100,000. And that's a pretty large commitment in 1 year, so we're trying to work that up. And, you know, Rick works hard. He puts far more hours than part-time in this.
So you're talking about taking it up a couple thousand then? I just need to know for budget purposes,
Round
we
it off
haven't really discussed
at,
this.
round it off at 40,
40,
yeah,
before or after the?
after. Because if we do the COLA,
Work backwards that way.
well,
Come on,
no,
Roger.
we set the elected official salaries we set. So whatever we calculate, we just set it at that. So instead of going from 36 to 38, it'll go from 36 to 40, ballpark figures.
I'll go look at it.
Realistic, I mean, really, we could consider even a little more if we figure out we've got some extra money, because that position has got to work up. And I'm thinking, you know, Rick's probably gonna retire after this 4-year term, so we might want to accelerate that a little bit.
Well, we took it out of the sheriff's budget the last couple of months, so.
Yeah. You took
I'm gonna get that back, right?
You took the words right out of my mouth.
We're just shifting it from the sheriff.
Okay.
Well, you could do like they do in California, you could just make us all sheriff coroners, you could just give us the coroner's wage, how's that sound? I'm just
I
kidding.
think you'd have to change the Constitution.
Yes.
Now, that's
Yeah, there's
hard.
that small minor issue with the Constitution.
Isn't the Sloaner the one that can
Arrest the sheriff.
Yeah, that, I smell some self-interest.
Yeah, that's right.
Has Rick ever served you?
Huh?
Has Rick ever served you?
Never had to. My civil division serves me, I've been served like twice.
Oh,
in the
no, we
last month.
used to have an attorney that would
Send-
require me to come pick up the papers and serve the sheriff. He was
That's
just-
what we have a civil division for, they come in and serve
Yeah.
me all the time, here you are,
Yeah.
sheriff, you've been served.
Anyway, any questions on that?
Oh, that makes sense.
We'll be finalizing the extra positions in the next week or two, and then we can kind of let you know.
Do we have any increases in insurance?
I was thinking of that and then got sidetracked on coroner.
Yeah, there's that.
6% increase in the premium, which is the first increase, I think, in 3 years.
Okay, and there's a dollar amount associated with that, it's not huge, do you remember what it is?
With the family plan, I think it worked out about $24 a month.
That's the
The
highest.
others, like if you just have a spouse or kids, I think it was about 5.
Yeah, I think it's important how we message that, right?
$7
So
payday
it's,
for
yeah, it's not like a 6% increase.
spouse.
Across the board.
Across the board, it's just a 6% increase on top of what we pay for the spouse and kids or that kind of thing. The employee is still,
It would be nice to give the dollar amount rather
We
than.
can-
yeah,
Yeah, don't
that's
give
what.
the percentage.
let me
We can
see if I've
update
got
that
it here.
table.
Yeah, if we could know what that dollar amount is, so that that's what we message.
Because it's,
That'd be helpful.
doesn't seem, I mean, when you think of it as $12 over $12 a pay period, it doesn't hit them as hard as when
Well,
they get a
even-
6% increase.
Well, and they're gonna-
Oh, and I'm getting a
Well,
6%
yeah, you get them a
increase, a
6%
5% increase. It's
Increase,
gonna be-
Yeah.
you get a 6%.
Exactly, that's what we want to
Yeah.
avoid, is that.
Especially if they're getting a sizable increase in per pay period on cost of living.
Right.
There's no way of covering it and then making sure you get the cost of living over, because everybody's got a different plan.
Right.
Yeah, we can work with Bryan Anderson and get those amounts updated and distributed.
He sent those out, do you don't have those on you, do you? He emailed them.
They don't
Yeah.
come with me.
But for the family plan, which is the most expensive one, is 24 something a month. So
Anyway, they can get you
$12
those numbers to make sure everybody knows and understands. Is this, have we gone 2 years or 3 years without an increase? in our
I think it's 3.
3, which is unheard of. This self-insured plan has worked well for us.
Chris, did you get that email? Would you go
So
see
another
if you
way to
can
put
find
that
it?
is that's
That's,
1.5% increase.
that's the
per
numbers,
year.
the dollars per,
Just that,
what do you want
Per plan?
for, yeah, the
How do we
cost,
do for
the
claims?
cost increase.
Be Pretty
That's the best
static,
way to-
or is it another
we're about
increase?
110%.
Forward email to you?
For last year,
Right.
Year to date.
year to date?
Usually if we're in the 95 to 97%, we don't take any increase because you're putting a little bit of money back in reserves.
Sure.
But when we're up above the 100, you know, right now we're over by 110. You know, we still, this month is looking a little better, so it may lower it. So we're
Yep.
estimating 106 will kind of keep us floating
Okay.
even.
Okay.
If we were on a Blue Cross plan, they'd look at that loss ratio of 110 or 11%. So they'd say you need to go up 11% and trend is another 12%, so they'd give you a 23% increase. So it's worked well for us. Okay?
Can I just say one thing? On our plan,
If you need permission.
what we're planning on is a 13-month or 14-month contract, Penny.
Oh, yeah.
14.
14-month contract, so we're gonna,
So we're
so this year we'll go November 1 through December 31 of 23, so we can get on an annual
It's
contract,
consistent
January
with
1 to December 31. just
other
to-
dates.
So what that will do is that will line up the new cost of insurance with the new deductible and with the new, you know, new premiums, new deductible, everything flex.
And your flex
All of
step.
those will line up
Yeah.
January 1, where right now they don't.
Right.
So,
Which is probably leads into your open enrollment
Right.
and September benefit.
Yeah, so we're gonna do, be the same as previous years, use Employee Navigator for open enrollment. That's, something you should be familiar with. You just go to employeenavigator.com, you should have a username, password. You'll go in and select your benefits. So that's gonna start, we're looking at September 1 to September 16, so about 2 weeks time period. And we'll,
And then the following year, that will happen in just
Yeah.
November or December.
right. And then we're gonna have a benefit fair in that time frame. The 1st through the 16th, we'll have it sometime in that time period.
I haven't seen this, so.
Yeah.
And, invite our vendors,
Kayla's forwarding emails.
And,
They'll have it electronically as
answer
well.
questions.
does that show?
This is
Yeah.
the 6%.
But do you have the dollar?
It's all right, everybody's gonna get an email, and Kayla's forwarding.
I gave the line to Lance.
Or the other sheet that I sent down.
The other sheet gives the dollar amount
Is
per.
the one
I gave that all to
No.
Lance.
So
So with the,
Kayla's emailing it, you'll all have it.
so with the benefit fair, just encourage you folks to attend that. I think it's good information, get a chance to visit with your vendors and ask questions about benefit offerings and so forth. Haven't nailed down a date, but thinking, first part of September.
Okay. New IT position, Mike was gonna come in, we're talking.
Can we just read this so they know? Did you say you're emailing it?
Yeah, Kayla's emailing
Okay.
it to everybody.
Okay, Mike, we had approved an additional position last year, which you never filled, job market's tough. He's on vacation, so he could be here, but what he's proposing doing is creating an assistant IT manager position, which it'll bump the salary, it'll be a net increase of about $20,000 over what he already, so it's minimal on the new money, but it puts it in a range where he can maybe attract somebody with a skill set that can be trained to replace him as he's getting closer, being among some of us older people to retire. So it'll basically just be a new position. We have to rewrite it. His position hasn't been rewritten for 23 years. Also, we're trying to align it with the current job duties. We don't have anything to present, but we are working on that. And it's taking an existing position that he hasn't been able to fill and upgrading it. So if you have any questions on that,
Can we go ahead and approve that or disapprove it, whatever, right now? Because I know we're looking at getting him hired as soon as this week.
anybody who
It's just a $20,000 increase.
I think it's ballpark. We've
Ballpark.
given him a range a little higher than that, but he's not gonna try to fill it at the top of the range.
Should be an assistant.
Yeah, you're right, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think our wage was posted at around 60,000 for the current position. We can't draw anybody with the experience that.
He said 80, and we told him probably authorize it up to 85 in case you have to get into negotiating, because that's a tough market.
It is.
I don't have that kind of cybersecurity certification down to our level.
So John will have you work with Mike.
That's a
Muy
tough,
importante.
that tech.
Okay, anybody got anything else? Thanks.
Thank you, Mayor.
What?
We're gonna talk about.
Yeah, I talked to him a little bit about it.
Good to see you, Mark.
Where you been?
Where have I been?
Well, I wandered through his office today.
Oh, the way you said it's good to see you.
No, but I didn't see you because I turned before your office. I heard things. But I was at GIS and then I came over
Marketing
to
data, and I would like to
ask
see
a question to the girls and then we went out to look at your little
what this is
1-inch
looking
brick
like, and then
tile things that are popping off in a few places.
And IT position,
Of
I'll
course.
do one of these up.
Devin wanted to, find some matching tile and knock off what's loose and reset them and I think they're about ugly. And I think there's probably something that would be far longer term that would look better.
And where is this?
See, okay, it's in front of your building and you don't notice it yet, so below the windows, there's a curved section of 1-inch
Yeah, the
tile.
bonus tile.
Yeah, and those 1-inch tiles, there's
we're gonna have to do something.
probably a total of 15 of them
Right
that
now,
pop off.
this part.
Is that on the outside?
On the outside. And it's facade, and
Well, that's right there.
once that starts to fail,
That's a good point.
to try and continue to band-aid it is gonna be a fun thing.
Yeah.
It makes more sense to, some of the better plan, knock it off and put up something that's gonna kind of match the electrical across the street and,
Yeah.
or look better for the building itself and it matches the facade up above. So that's what
I want you to realize that. I
I
just.
didn't take my rock hammer.
I want to get it off.
Yeah, right, yeah, it's a good thing it lost some.
It makes sense to me. That's what I want.
Yeah.
Because they're not really options. Now you're gonna see it though.
Invoice is normal, we'll just be paying, instead of paying landlord.
Penny?
Okay,
You.
yeah, one sec.
It's Bryon, because I believe Bryon wants to talk to us before we go.
Oh, okay, so yes.
Yeah, thank you. I wondered if I could talk with Sheriff and Penny and Ron and John and
Thank you.
Oh, okay,
Chris or whoever about this budget.
all right, because I'm on my way out the door, so.
Well, if you guys work a regular day.
Only
we
thing
would have
standing
to be-
between me and my kids at High C is you guys.
That's right.
Oh, I don't want to keep you, Roger.
Yeah, no, that's, okay.
I guess I just wondered, Sheriff, if you saw my email on my calculations this morning.
I haven't because I was driving to Teton County and back. Let me see if I can pull it up real quick. Maybe
Okay.
you could just, or you could speak to what it says.
So I'll just explain to you. I got into the budget, and I added your budget with the Ammon budget. And then I multiplied that by the 18%. And I mean, it came up to 2.4 million, which I know is going to be sticker shock for Ammon, but that falls right in line with what Roger's been saying. His gut tells him that we've got to get this too, to be real, to be real.
Okay,
And I don't see why that's not a fair way to do that.
Okay, he was gonna have his, guys run those numbers the way they do them, but yeah, I think the 18% to make it simpler. But was that on the proposed A budget?
That was everything combined, all the budget for 23.
Yeah,
And
I think one of the things we gotta be careful about there is that, if I'm not mistaken, that 1.4 is already in the 12. Well, no. We just have to look at what we're looking at there money-wise to make sure we're not double counting it. And the only other thing we need to be concerned about is they can make a counter argument that I believe is valid, that things like the dive team, they're already paying for with county money, so they wouldn't dual pay for that. So some of that budget, not a lot, but some of it needs to be discounted a little bit. And in that second budget year, we're gonna be bringing them to about 2.1 million. So we're starting to walk into that price range.
Okay, but that, the other issue there, you didn't include the 2 new positions in that, did you?
I just took what we've got in Munis for the 23 budget for Ammon and LE. I don't know what it had for positions.
That actually doesn't include our upgraded salaries yet. We haven't entered those.
And I've got Amy working on that right now to look at what that contract would look like with the upgraded salaries. So I think we can walk Ammon into some of this, but the problem is they've already set their budget for this year.
Well, don't get me going on that, because Coletti's done that to us before down at the sewer. He did it twice, and then came back and used that to say, too late, because they tried to jump ahead of it. They can, even if they publish the budget, they can adjust that inside of it. Doesn't mean we're gonna insist on them coming up, but, this is to have an idea on a 2-year plan, how we're gonna get there.
Right.
As much as anything.
I just think that it would be a good opportunity for us to take advantage of that work that was done with the dispatch, and to use that same rationale to get this.
Yeah, and I actually think that's higher than 18%. I think it's 20% for them. So I've got Amy pulling those numbers together right now. She actually probably has them. I just haven't been able to talk to her.
Tomorrow about 10:30 when Ron gets back.
So I have to be here at 10 for our RFP evaluation. That'll be the last phase of that.
Okay.
So as soon as that's done, I can be.
Yeah, because Ron will be here.
If it's sheriff, I'm bowing out.
No,
I
but
would
see,
too.
that's when we can have Ron look up those numbers and then answer the questions, because that apparently didn't include the raises. Let's see where it is with the raises, see where it is without the raises, see where it is without the 2 new positions. Because I'd like to see us get as close as we can before adding the 2 positions. And then do that on the variable thing and take advantage of, their new revenue, and then pull up the revenue numbers. I mean, they're over 2 years, their other revenues, including property taxes, have gone up 1.8 or $2 million, and our contract has gone up how much of that? That's new money. They haven't even proportionally given us an increase the amount of new money they've got. They've spent it on.
That was due to the change in legislation,
Right.
right? Yep.
Which is great. They needed that change in legislation to help them afford to fund necessary services. They're just not treating this like what I would consider a necessary service.
Yeah.
I mean, the amount in the Ammon contract apparently includes one of their code enforcement positions.
Yeah, they have a code enforcement animal control position 1.
But they budgeted in their law enforcement about 250,000 more than what our contract was going to be. It doesn't take 250 to run a animal enforcement officer, so they've got some room there. And I think that if you do it this way and combine those and use the service calls, it takes away your joint benefit, because we're basically just basing it on the work that the sheriff's office does, right? For the work performed. And so you don't need to have that joint benefit number in there that Dana Kirkin drew up.
But I think that's a valid point that Sam brings up, because there's certain functions that we don't charge anybody for.
Right.
To count that against them, just do the like service for the like service.
We'll have to go out and
pull that out.
We'll have to pull those functions out.
But see, that's where we're on here with that spreadsheet. We can go, you can tell which positions, and then he can give us a total here, and then you're equipped to talk to them. That's all I'm after. Let's go with a full round, loaded ammo. Because I don't know which bullet you'll shoot, but you want to have them all there.
Gotcha. Okay.
I think that way. She needing discipline today.
I'm sorry, I'm on one today.
I know.
So that sounds good. And are you going to be able to join us for that discussion with Ron tomorrow, Commissioner Reed, or you?
Yeah, no, my schedule's not very busy right now.
I figured you were just spending a lot of time with Joe Biden. I
Yeah,
don't know if you caught it from him or he caught it from you.
And Devin,
What time are we doing Ron tomorrow?
Ron figured he would be back from the doctor about 10:30.
Okay,
And so be flexible anytime in there.
Probably sometime between 10:30 and 11.
anytime, just let me know.
Okay, all right.
And I plan on being in on Monday, if you guys will let me.
Only if you're symptom free.
Only if you're wearing a mask.
That's symptom free. What are the guidelines for being symptom free?
What's
How
that?
many days?
Well, you're supposed to be 5 days after symptoms, which,
I
That'll
thought
be
it was
pushing it.
48 hours.
We don't have a lot going in Monday. You can Zoom.
He's the health district guy. He should be the one telling us what it is.
The problem is
this. I'll do whatever you tell me to do.
this one keeps making you cough. At least it
I'm
does
feeling
me.
much better today. I really think I'm on the downhill. I'm fine.
Good.
Okay.
All right.
All right, now you can carry on your.
No, we got it worked out, thanks.
Thank you.
Sheriff,
Yes.
did you see my email about the camera in Fall Valley?
Did you send it today?
No, a few days ago, July 14th.
Yeah, well, I didn't.
Oh, okay, we talked about that.
Okay,
I mean, you and I talked about
yeah.
that. We didn't talk about
I
it.
sent an email and I haven't heard back, so that was on the 14th.
Okay, let me pull it up here.
Okay, while you're doing that, I'll bet you can answer my question. You checked, and I'm guessing that your paycheck was off.
I have not checked,
Your
Oh,
paycheck was off.
but I will check.
he's not getting his money back, Gus, he didn't check. Okay,
So, yeah, I will check. Here's my problem. I told you, it's gonna take me a minute. It might be tomorrow, but I'll check as soon as I get back to my
I'm
Well,
office.
she knows how much off it
She's
is.
like, you only got some time. You better get on it.
you got
I'm
nothing
just-
going on, come
I'm
on.
surprised my wife wasn't like jacking me up over it, so maybe she's not checking either. I'm gonna be like, hey,
Not until the auto payments that go out,
yeah.
send you a note saying, there's a problem.
Well, the problem is we have protections on that, so.
I would
the only
say
way
the problem
we
is
know.
he's earning too much money, we need to reduce this.
Now you're gonna have a fight with my wife.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
No, I'm
she'll-
out of there.
Yeah, she'll square you up on that. Yeah, I'll find out. So
Okay.
April's when you're saying it got one.
That's my
wonky?
best guess. If you can look, I mean, we can verify here, but I wanna make sure that what you're seeing is what we're seeing, rather
Okay.
than just,
Okay, I'll go back and look.
because it was.
Mine has been off since April too.
Mine actually was off. It was only once
Okay.
they caught it. I didn't even have the chance to ask.
Well, we're just going through this budget stuff and going, what in the world? I said, that number's wrong. So, okay,
Okay, I read your email. I'm going to ask my sergeant and I'll get back to you.
Okay.
Okay, I apologize for missing that. What day was the 14th? Thursday. Last Thursday. Okay, gotcha. Okay, I'll get you an answer, Lance.
Okay,
And if I don't answer you on an email, call my cell phone. You got my cell phone, right?
I don't know if I do or not.
We better look.
What is
It's
it?
208-317-8419. And some days I average 200 emails, so occasionally
Yeah.
a person can get buried in there. I try to get to them all, but I
Hey,
can't.
I hear you. That's why I stayed around and double checked, so I know how many emails.
You called me back even when I accidentally call you, which
I try.
is just really good.
I try.
So I'll get you an answer to that, and we can certainly, I know we've got some cameras up there. I'll figure out what their status is, and we'll get it. If we need to, we'll figure it out. So,
You wanna
So
talk
you
any more
send me
about that?
Xboxers.
You wanna talk any more about that whole ramp
Nope.
thing?
I'm
Okay.
gonna get a picture from GIS and go explain to him where his property line actually
This
is.
is not your property, sir.
And tell him that I'm still more than happy to talk to the guide services about pursuing a ramp up the road where there ought to be one.
Yeah.
Because somebody's gonna have a problem with that one. There's no way I would put my boat down that ramp.
I
and
would.
end up with a car in the river.
Yeah,
Well, not that
or a
they have
pickup, or,
those.
yeah, I mean,
Well, there's a guy launching his canoe off the top of his car down there. It was a Subaru, but it didn't have the ground clearance to, yeah. So Bryan's in Oklahoma. He got a call last night. And he asked if I would.
Okay, you should have Ashwalkers.
I should.